Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Front Row Chaos. I am your host, Travis, and I'm ecstatic as always to be here with you. This time we're going to do another reaction video to an artist called Dax, and Tom MacDonald is with him. I don't know anything about Dax. I've never heard his songs or seen his videos. I don't know what he sings. This is always a raw and true reaction from me. But if he's with Tom, I'm sure it's going to be good, as we all pretty much know. But this song is called Propaganda, and this came to me in the comments that you great fans out there have been leaving me. And so I thought, let's do this one by Dax called Propaganda. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me grow this channel to get these artists' music out to even more people than they already have gotten to. So let's go right through it today together on Front Row Chaos. It's called Propaganda by Dax and Tom. Our truth isn't always the reality. So
hey, Daryl, you good, bro? You ain't picking up calls, dog. What's wrong, man? Daryl, you good? Hey, Daryl. Don't lose yourself.
Okay, so this guy, I assume that's Dax. He's knocking on his buddy's door. He's not answering. He opens the door and he sees his buddy sitting there in his chair watching what looks like the news. And he's got a laser beam or some sort of beam going right to his heart. And his eyes are all kind of glazed over and he's not responding. I already like this video already.
All I see is propaganda.
Oh yeah.
Propaganda. And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda. And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda. And all I see is propaganda.
Okay. First of all, I love the beat. It's really catchy for a country guy. It's a catchy tune already. But what I see there, he walks into the cafe, he sees all these people on their devices, like we see now all the time. And I'll tell you, I think that is the biggest takeaway from this section of the video. When I grew up, back in the day, in the 80s, early 90s, you walked into a cafe, you wouldn't see that, right? You would see a bunch of people talking and conversing. It'd probably be pretty loud in there because everybody's talking. Now, that's what you see. And I believe that's been a lot of our problems. Now, these devices are great. They do so much for us, but I think they're more of a detriment, to be totally honest with you. A lot of people I know are checking these things all the time, all day long. I don't. I'm horrible about it. I only look at Facebook and Twitter and Instagram that in the afternoon, evening when I get home from work. So, and I don't even spend that much time on it because I just can't do it. It's just in my, I can't. I do most of mine on the computer, but it's such a detriment that all these devices are constantly feeding you, and according to him, propaganda, which is pretty true, all the time. And you have to be strong enough to understand that and limit that because it is not a good long-term thing for anybody to be fed that kind of stuff all the time. So I love that part of the video. It's so true. So let's see what else Dax says. Oh, there's Tom.
Yeah, united we stand, divided we fall. New Year's Eve, they've been dropping the ball. Independent, how we dead in the game. We don't write to the sound of applause. Hidden truth, dotted lines, ain't never signed, stood and remain the boss. In a world that is full of facades, where if you speak, you get nailed to a cross.
Okay, just like a Tom MacDonald song, just all kinds of information shoved down your throat without any water to drink. So I'm going to rewind that a few bars, and we're going to see what he has to say again. Here we go.
Yeah, United we stand, divided we fall. New Year's Eve, they've been dropping the ball. Independent, how we dead in the game. We don't write to the sound of applause. Hidden truth, dotted lines, ain't never signed, stood and remain the boss. In a world that is full of facades, where if you speak, you get nailed to a cross.
Okay, united we stand, divided we fall in a world that's full of facades. This guy he's just on point like Tom. It's great.
I won't be silent, I am outspoken. I am the product of pain, so when you see my name, no fame could never break down a brain that is already broken. Every wound is a paid devotion, they fill words.
So I won't be silent, I'll be outspoken. I think that's really a good takeaway from what we need to be as Americans. I'm not going to be silent, I'm going to be outspoken. But I'm going to do it lawfully, and I'm going to do it right. And that's what we need, more of that.
I purge emotion, scabs hair as I drop hits that bleed light from demonic omens. The system decides we spend, we buy, while most of our time is spent in bed. The dreams we have all stay inside. We sleep and wake and live with regret. The price of life is
the dreams I have. Let me rewind that a couple.
scabs hair as I drop hits that bleed light from demonic omens. The system decides we spend, we buy, while most of our time is spent in bed. The dreams we have all stay inside. We sleep and wake and live with regret.
Most of my dreams stay inside, or live with regret and stay in bed, basically. Oh man, this guy's got some good ones.
Price of life is half the cost. The price of fame could cost your head. If infamy is what you seek, and propaganda is what you see is propaganda.
There's the news.
And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda. And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda.
So he's coming out of there, out of the cafe, and everybody's bombarding him, all the news cameras, like it would be if it was a big story. And that's just to simulate all of the things that hit us all day long with social media and all these other things that come up through the devices, computers, mostly phones, right into your head, trying to get your attention, trying to get your idea that they want in your head. Good.
And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda.
But we're dated, indoctrinated.
Oh, yeah.
They convince us all that everything we say is racist, and blood will change it. That's what happens. Y'all need balance. Y'all need blacks and whites and lefts and rights to stop the madness. They planned it.
Hold on. Tom again. Hit me hard. Let me rewind that to where Tom starts off.
But we're dated, indoctrinated.
Yep.
They convince us all that everything we say is racist, and blood will change it. That's what.
Indoctrinated, for sure. They convince us all the things we say are racist. I can't stand that. I've never been racist. I never will be racist. I don't ever plan on being racist. I got all kinds of friends of all different colors. And it's so true. Anytime you disagree with something, oh, you're racist. Baloney. That's not true at all.
Happens. Y'all need balance. Y'all need blacks and whites and lefts and rights to stop the madness. They planned it. It's Trump.
You know, and just like Tom, he's so good about bringing in both sides. We need both, left and right. Even though a lot of us think the other way, like if we had all the lefties gone or if we have all the righties gone, our country would be great. No, it wouldn't be, you know, because then it would run roughshod, I think. We have to have a balance. We have to be able to communicate and get along and figure out a way, the best way to get from point A to point B. So I just like Tom's.
For Biden, we all been divided right in the streets. Elections always been rigged. I ain't surprised when somebody cheats. All I see is pentagrams of the propaganda, but our priority's the vaccine. It ain't hard for wolves to find a flock when the sheep are fast asleep.
But our priority is the vaccine. Let me hit that again.
In the streets, elections always been rigged. I ain't surprised when somebody cheats. All I see is pentagrams of the propaganda, but our priority's the vaccine. It ain't hard for wolves to find a flock when the sheep are fast asleep. Too many people lack character. Too many.
Oh, wait a minute. It ain't hard for something to find the flocks. Let me hit that again.
I ain't surprised when somebody cheats. All I see is pentagrams of the propaganda, but our priority's the vaccine. It ain't hard for wolves to find a flock when the sheep are fast asleep. Too many people lack character. Too many journalists scaring you. Too many pencils attempting to rewrite the Constitution. They probably gonna tear it up.
That is so true. You know, there's a movement going on where they want to tear up that Constitution, and they say that that document is old and outdated, and they want to make it this. I tell you, this guy, every freaking song I do is a fortune teller. I hope that never happens and pray it doesn't. But this guy, watch out for what he says because it's pretty true.
I love the country, but I don't trust the people taking care of us. We went to bed with the American dream. We woke up in Nightmerica.
Ooh. Hold on a minute. We woke up in Nightmerica?
The Constitution, they probably gonna tear it up. Yep. I love the country, but I don't trust the people taking care of us. We went to bed with the American dream. We woke up in Nightmerica.
Woke up in Nightmerica.
And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda. And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda. And all I see is propaganda.
So smooth.
And all I see is propaganda. Propaganda.
Okay, Dax, his voice is really good. He can hit those high notes, and I can't do that. And I know that's hard to do. So smooth, rhythmic. I love the interaction with Tom on this. So far, it's been really good. Oh, I love it. I tell you, this was a true treat to me. Both these guys interacting about this propaganda that's shoved down our throat 24/7. This news cycle is so fast, gives you so much information. You go right, I'll go left. You go left, I'll go right. Whatever it is, just make sure you do your due diligence and digest it before you make the decision on which way to go. But I thank you again tremendously for listening to Front Row Chaos and watching it. And you have a blessed and great day, and we'll see you again right here next time on Front Row Chaos.